What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic CM. It's episode number 81, and today we're returning with the final two games of the Premier League season. Manchester City away and then Spurs away in a North London derby as well. And you might be sitting there thinking, why I'm playing these two games, because obviously there's absolutely nothing to play for. We won the Premier League title in the last episode after our victory over Southampton in our final game at the Emirates Stadium this season, but it's something I wanted to talk about real briefly heading into the two games today, and that is simulating games in FIFA CM. Now, obviously, as many of you know, if you've been watching me for many years, I rarely ever, if ever, simulate games during a CM save. It's just something I never really do, ever. I mean, you might have like one game per 2 seasons perhaps in one of my series. I might potentially simulate if it's like a final game in a Europa League or Champions League group where we've already topped it and can't finish anywhere other than first, or if it is again like final games in the Premier League season when there's basically nothing at stake. Now my opinion on simulation has always been the same. Like, you play the game however you want and enjoy it, you know, it's all that really matters. I feel like some people can be very like strict and, I don't know, just very opinionated when it comes down to certain things within the game, and feeling like there's a right or wrong way to play the game, which to me is just absolute nonsense. Like, if you play the game and you enjoy the game, that is the only thing that matters really, is that you enjoy the game that you're playing. You know, you earn your money, you spend your money on the game, so therefore you play the game however you want. As we drew the first game here 2-2 away at the Etihad against Guardiola's side. What a chip by Calvert-Lewin, by the way, to give us the level with 7 minutes to go. That's always been my opinion on it, and the reason why I don't simulate games personally is just because I like to play the games. It's as simple as I like to play all the games, and also as well because in a save like this, the emphasis has been primarily on realism. Since the save began and until the save ended, the emphasis primarily has been on realism. It's not realistic for a manager just to take a competitive fixture off and say, do you know what, you know, to his right hand man or her right hand man, I'm not going to play this one. I'm not going to be on the touchline. You know, I'm not serving a touchline ban. I just can't be bothered. So you take over and, you know, I'll see you in training tomorrow morning. Like, it just doesn't happen. You know, it literally does not happen. Even if it's an FA Cup third round tie and you're one of the big boys and you're taking on a League 2 side, for example, the manager is still going to turn up and manage on the sidelines regardless, right? So there's only very rare instances I can remember when a manager has not decided to do that. So in this save in particular, because of the realism aspect, it wouldn't be realistic for me to take these final 2 games off because, you know, we got nothing to play for. Like, the season's done for us. We won the title. It's over. Obviously, we want to finish up with the most amount of points we can get, the best goal scoring and best defensive record, like I talked about before, but ultimately there is nothing real to play for now in these final 2 games. But again, because the emphasis is on realism, it wouldn't be realistic for me to say, do you know what, FA Cup final right around the corner, I'm obviously much more interested in that one. Are you kidding me? Of course I am. I want to retain it. I want to win a domestic double this season. But yeah, naturally it would not be realistic to simulate the games, hence why I don't do it in this save and why I won't do it in this save, because again, the emphasis is on realism. Regardless, as I mentioned earlier, like, when it comes down to simulation, I think you should just play the game however you want it. I don't think that anyone should, you know, be looked down upon for simulating games, whether they're big games, small games, or just normal games. Really shouldn't matter either way. You earn your money, you spent your money on the game, you play the game however you want. It's totally up to you, and that's just how it is. So anyway, after the loss there to Spurs on the final day, could you believe it? We hadn't lost all season long apart from the game against Aston Villa. And then the only other team to beat us in the season, as they finished 4th place in the end, going into the Champions League alongside us, Manchester United and Chelsea away, were Spurs, our North London rivals. How fitting is that, as Fulham, Leeds and Norwich are down to the Championship for next season? But I thought that was so fitting, man. Like, we hadn't lost a game since the Aston Villa game at Villa Park. I thought we were going to go through the whole season with only 1 loss to our name, and then on the final day, it wasn't Harry Kane who won the golden boot for Spurs, but Kubo, who scored the only one in that one in a 1-0 defeat. I just thought that was so funny. I rested all my players on Wednesday night thinking I'd get battered by Man City, drew the game 2-2, and then picked the strongest lineup possible for the game against Spurs, wanting to win. We ended up losing. Typical, right? That's football and FIFA, you just can't predict it. But anyway, you see the top scorers, the assists and clean sheets charts there as well. Kane did indeed win the golden boot. Smith Rowe's 2nd assist title in 3 years, but also Jan Oblak coming in, winning the golden glove this season. Things you love to see. Things you don't love to see. Arsenal getting snubbed in the team of the season. What? Are you kidding me? We had one representative, Suarez. Are you serious? Like, what? Where was Smith Rowe? Where was Oblak? He won the bloody Golden Glove and the goalkeeper of the tournament. How did he not get in the team of the tournament? As you see, Kane won the Golden Boot. He confirmation that Yan won goalkeeper of the tournament. And Kubo, who scored the final goal of the season, was the player of the tournament as well. But talk about getting snubbed, man. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, whilst we did win the title, whilst we did have the best defensive and goal scoring records of the season and a great league campaign, the campaign is not done yet. Final game of the season, FA Cup final against Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, as we go for another domestic double like we won a domestic cup double last season, aiming to retain a trophy for the first time in the save as we look to win back-to-back FA Cups. So that won't this episode of the Realistic CM, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the season finale, the FA Cup final against Liverpool, very soon.